Boom, 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 boom on the east side. That's where I met my Ramona. I want to go to a party. That's what she said. Lonely. That's what I've been. Here's my telephone number. Call me. Boom, 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 boom. Into a party. A house party. Who let the people just rally round me in love? She sent a message of love. She said, I love up the way you move. I love the way you rock. Bop, bop. Ramona, please step back. Now she's my. Fuck, how does it go? Oh. Boom, 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 boom. She moved from Long Beach down to LA. Right now she's selling oranges by the freeway. I want to know, Ramona, am I the only one? Tell me. She said, you're not the only one, but you're the best, Blizzy. Bop, bop. And now I'm waiting for my Ruka. And I barely put up with my hyena. I know tonight I'll be behind her. Don't F around with my hyena. Yo, what it does, YouTubes? What it does? Salute to you guys and welcome in. My name is Blizzy Blind. I am your handsome host, and you, my good homie, you, my good homie, are just in time. In time for what, Blizzy? In time for the strange, odd, unusual, and interesting facts about life that you may or may not have known, that you may or may not have excuse me, hang on. That you may or may not have already known about. Now, if you remember, we started the day before, I believe it was the day before yesterday, we started talking about this very, and I got, this is the content that I'm going to be doing, guys, for the foreseeable future. So I know a lot of you guys probably got all kinds of criticisms for me, and that's all cool. That's perfectly fine. You pay your tithings, so you're more than welcome to have your opinions. But this is what I'm going to be doing for a little bit, man. I found a hidden treasure trove of content that I've never seen. A lot of content that I've never seen anywhere before. I kind of just stumbled into it, and I've been exploring it. I've been exploring it here on stream, and been exploring it other places too. But like as far as here at the blind spot, we're focusing on the strange, odd, and unnatural craziness. Now, to begin with, or not to begin with, I apologize. To continue with, if you were here the other day, we were talking about this alien situation. Now, what happened is we came across this occultic website that has like a bunch of obscure newsletters from different points of history, and one of them is this Alien Digest. Now, in reading this, I uh, I said that it felt similar to Kyle Odom and what he had talked about the aliens did with him, and we discussed Kyle Odom's manifesto. If you're not familiar with Kyle Odom, then he is, just so that you know, he is a guy that was a honor society student and like a valedictorian type dude that was a marine, and he was getting his PhD to work in genetics. And one day he just lost his mind and went bonkers and stormed a church. And we're not talking about like Westboro or West Baptist Church or nothing like that. We're not talking about anything racially charged or anything like that. Just some ordinary Jehovah Witness type church. And he shot the pastor like 8 times with a shotgun, and he didn't die. And the thing is that Kyle Odom was convinced that that church was run by reptilians. Well, reptilians slash aliens. And like I said, I do not condone or support any of the conspiracy theories that we come across. I'm simply presenting the information to you guys, and you guys can use your discernment. I know what's good for me. I know what's good and bad for me. So like I expect for you guys to hold that responsibility for yourself also. But let's get back. We okay. We took a peek at Kyle Odom's manifesto. Let's get back to this because there's so much here, man. I was reading for like an hour the other day, and we still had look. There's still God knows how many. I can't tell. Okay, there's four. Let's check out the second one. Oh, look at it looks like Resto just put some weave strands right here, and that's Resto. No, I'm just playing. Let's hear what they talking about. UFO, and this is just written by some random guy. I have no idea how this got like archived. I have no idea. By Creston, that's the guy's name. Common abduction and medical exam procedure. Alien mind control. UFOs in history. UFO flesh hunters. Aliens on the moon over a century age. SDI wars. Project Y. NJ-12 and the Greys. Technology and the secret team. Good aliens helping us? Question mark. UFOs and MJ-12s. Number one proto secret and more. All right, where does it start? It's hard to tell sometimes. Okay, the law of love. The law of love is the law that places the welfare, concern, and feelings for others above the self. The law of love is the close affinity with all forces that you associate with is good. The law of love is that force which denies the existence of evil in the world, that resists not. Love is the path. Love is the path to least resistance. Path of least resistance. The law of gratitude. The law of gratitude is a sense of satisfaction where energy has been given and receives a certain reward. Energy that is given moves out on that curved and unequal line, and when extended far enough, can only return to its source bearing gifts. The cosmic voyage. Come on and ride on the cosmic voyage. All right. A note about the what I always thought Aquarian had something to do with water. I have no idea why. Well, I guess because of like the Latin aqua or whatever. But as it pertains to like astrology, I see that word like the age of Aquarius and stuff like that. Like, what does that even mean? Like, who even knows what that means? The Aquarian Church is a universal service, was founded and organized as a 501c3 nonprofit tax exempt organization whose slated purpose is to serve as a religious research, philanthropic, and educational organization. Subscribers to the Cosmic Voyage need not be members. Oh, we already read this last time. I guess that's like their little mission statement. Okay, let's see what the abductees are talking about. Contact with aliens come in many forms. There are channels or people who profess to allow their bodies and particularly their vocal cords to speak in behalf of extraterrestrials. There are contactees, people who claim that they have been contacted directly in a physical sense by ETs, who may even take the person for a ride in a UFO. And there are abductees, people who are taken by the extra testicles by use of force or undue influence that overpowers the wishes and well being of the abductee. Abductions by manned alien UFOs have been going on for over 50 years now. Alien abductions have been reported from countries all over the world, including the United States, Russia, Britain, Japan, Germany, Africa, Italy, Canada, China, Australia, India, countries of South America, and most others. The most abductions are said to be performed by aliens that range from 3 feet 9 to 9 feet tall. I don't look at that as particularly compelling because I can't say that alien abductions happen everywhere that there's humans, but one thing I can tell you that happens everywhere is lying and over imaginations. You know, like I'm not going to say that every person has like nefarious intentions when they come up with some uh, wackadoo story, but like maybe their intentions were something positive, but people definitely have that tendency. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. Okay, sorry. Okay, abductions by man. Oh, where are we at? The aliens are said to appear humanoid, often having semi human mixtures with reptilians, insects, or plants. Some have been described as dwarfish, serpent like, monstrous, giants, robots, cyborgs, ape men, frogs, and half breed human aliens. John Lear said that the government was aware of over 70 varieties of aliens having visited Earth. The most common of these are the Greys, of which there are a dozen varieties. Harley Bird, another UFO expert and nephew to Admiral Byrd, reportedly has said Admiral Byrd was the guy that explored Antarctica. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, my bad. Has said there are about 50 different alien species. I think they meant 150. You know what? My theory, man, my theory about that is this: is that we know about Cro-Magnon, man. We know about Homo erectus. We know about the Denisovan. Like there are different types of human beings, and and some human beings are more this or more that. So like to me it's not far-fetched at all. Like man, I don't, bro, that's the reason why. That's y'all know that in all honesty, this conversation, at least my point of view on this, and like how I feel about this particular thing, like about the different species of humans, like what they're calling aliens. I don't think it's necessarily aliens, but this is the reason why I feel like the AI is going to be the great equalizer in the end, is because all if that stuff exists somewhere, like let's say that every animal, or at least like every species of animal. So like we have like slugs or snails or fucking uh parrots or like crows. Like let's say every species of animals was to have a cross species with humans, and not necessarily like a half and half thing, and not necessarily like a X-Men thing, but like a combination of that animal and the humans. Like that would explain where Bigfoot came from. That would explain like where the whole reptilian thing came from. That would explain a whole lot. I mean, I don't think that that's the case. I mean, I think like in a wacky, bizarre world, it could be, but the thing is that like the AI will not, just by the nature of what it does, it's not going to allow anybody on earth to have secrets like that anymore. Like they will slowly bleed into the into the public consciousness. And the thing is too, man, is that look, I don't remember what year it was, but it was back in the day, like whenever they were just barely doing medical research on human beings. It was the guy, I can't remember who it was, man. It was like, I don't want to say the wrong person, but it was like somebody really famous that would go pull up dead bodies from the graveyard to do medical experiments on them, and that was the only way that he could get access to human bodies. Well, I don't want to say the wrong name. I'm pretty sure I know who it is though. But I somebody, if you know in the chat, or if you come across this and you if you know, man, I'd be very interested to for you to let me know. But one of these guys that is responsible for like a whole ton of the medical feats that have been accomplished also was obsessed with creating a half man, half ape. Or it was either ape or an orangutan, I think. It's probably an orangutan because they're the closest thing to human beings. And they successfully put a man's head onto an ape's body. But like, I don't know how, I don't even see how stuff like that takes place. Like, like if somebody cuts their carotid artery, they die within a few minutes. But like you're gonna remove a whole head, like it just makes no shit like that makes no sense to me. But anyways, they say that I read this a long time ago though, man. I might be wrong too. I might just be misremembering. But if I'm not mistaken, the they did like a head transplant, and when they connected it, it lived for like I think it was like 8 minutes, 8 minutes of being alive. But to me, that's not the interesting part. To me, the most interesting part is this: is that like during all of this, there started becoming like laws and stuff about. This is whenever the laws about humans and uh and primates came into be, and doing experiments on primates. And what's interesting is that it is legal to do tests with a human sperm and a primate egg, but it's not legal and it's not acceptable and it's not okay, and you will won't be allowed to do experiments with a primate sperm and a human egg. And that's very telling, you know what I mean? And when you think about it, when you think about the accomplishments of genetics at this point, like we pretty much can make a half human, half whatever at this point. I mean, honestly, probably not anything other than mammals or whatever. But we could give humans all kinds of fucking superhuman, or even just like non-human, other mammalian characteristics. I believe. I mean, what would be stopping us? You can already get like, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can go and make your baby what they call a designer baby. Like, you can literally pick their eye color, pick their hair color, you can pick their chromosomes, you can pick whether they're going to be athletic or whether they're going to be a nerd, or like. But anyways, I say all of that to say aliens is, in my opinion, aliens is the least likely possibility if we're talking about like different species of people and different, because this thing said 70 different species of aliens or 150 different species. Okay. Hostile alien UFO abductions can cause considerable harm to the human abductee. Abductions often result in sexual assault, blindness, shock, blackouts, skin infections, cancer, chronic headaches, psychological disturbances, hallucinations, paralysis, astral projection. Astral projection? That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Imagine you're just going on living your life, and some traumatic experience happens and it makes you astral project. Uh, Ovum and sperm taken, electronic microcircuitry implants given, blood taken, human mutilation and death. Reported instances of abductees being helped physically by their abductors are very rare. Being helped by their abductors are very rare. Abductions by hostile alien UFO often harm the abducted human. Such violation or harm may include sexual assault, blindness, shock, blackouts, skin infection, cancer, chronic headaches, psychological disturbances, hallucinations, paralysis, astral project. Oh, I already read that. And even death. Most often, when abducted, the Earth human is subjected to techniques of persuasion, of psychological warfare, behavioral modification techniques, and advanced brain therapy. The aliens, for some time now, have been working on their own psychoanalytical behavioral modification timetable for the human race. The main goal is the brain control therapy project has been reached to a point that most alien UFO abductions are now nothing more to aliens than textbook cases. They will either blue beam one up to their flying craft or come to one's house to perform the mandatory behavioral modifications. And how does this work? Okay, this is one. Okay. And psychosurgery via electronic implants after all this is done, which takes about an hour. They are off to find the next abductee, which looks like wildlife wildlife technicians who keep track of animals that will be or have already This writing is fucking terrible. Okay, let's check out the mind control. After all this has been done, they then move to the brain for what they call inculcation methods. Inculcation methods? I think he probably meant inoculation methods, maybe. This involves alien mind control through knowledge awareness activation centers in the comprehension area of the brain. But before they start their inculcation program, they hook up to the abductee's brain to a best be described as a video audio computer TV that can record and play back from one's memories all the important events of one's life. What? What? But before they start their inculcation program, they hook up the abductee's brain to a video audio computer TV that can record and play back from one's memory all the important events of one's life. Dang, so they can play that technology don't exist yet, but hopefully it's coming. Be able to watch somebody's memories on a TV screen. They have a way to retrieve and store all the highlights out of a person's life via the computer for later, review the case in a hurry, or their goal of therapy for the human and alien psychiatrists use their own brand of psychology. Uh, their own brand of psychotherapy, which involves behavioral electronic microcircuitry implants. These are used these are used on almost every abductee. As John Lear said, millions of Americans have been abducted and implanted. The device that varies in size to 50 microns to 3 millimeters is inserted through the nose into the butt. My bad. I kind of got a little bit sleepy. Okay, what are we looking at? Flesh hunters. Earth has finally entered the wholesale black market food chain of the galaxy, but in this case, Earth humans are the containers of food for alien supermarkets across the galaxy. Earth humans have been stolen from this planet for many centuries. It is likely pairs of humans who have been taken to other star systems and planets to breed like cattle or chickens for distant alien food chains. There may be herds of humans grazing on distant planets inside fenced stockyards, waiting, wondering if their life is really all about. While their guardian aliens, dang guardian aliens, that's I'm still in that. Uh, who wants to be my guardian alien? I'll be your guardian illegal alien. Uh, guardian alien, check them for food and water, or test them for disease and their readiness for harvest. Meanwhile, on Earth, alien laboratory conditions have set up in certain parts of the planet to face meetings with alien buyers from afar, routine health exams for, well, I guess we can all agree these people are fucking bonkers. Let's go, let's check out some different stuff. Well, let's finish looking at these real quick. The Alien Digest. More notes on the UFO scene. There's a whole scene. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Mm, okay, let's see what's this. The Alien Digest. The general overview of the UFO scene. Bro, I think you're smoked. I think you're smoked. What's his name? What's this guy's name? Creston or something like that. I don't know. He said it earlier. I don't know. I can't find it. Anyways, let's go back and look at these ancient astronaut. Ancient astronauts. What the hell does that mean? What's this? Ancient skies. Dang, that's crazy how they have an episode in 84 and then skips to 87. Damn, they had a lot of episodes. Let's check one out. See what they're talking about. Okay, what is this? Let's check out. Let's check out the 84 version. Official logbook of the Ancient Astronaut Society. What? The plane of Nazca and the NOVA program. If you guys aren't familiar with Nazca, Nazca is the place where they have the biggest what would you call them? Petroglyphs or hieroglyphs or whatever that look like they're called the Nazca lines. And people used to think that they were like a road system. Some people thought they were this, some people thought they were that, and nobody could ever figure out what they were until the first time that somebody flew over them with a plane, and they ended up being these like highly detailed images. Let me show y'all real quick. I'll just so y'all know what we're talking about. See, these are and like they had only been seen like standing inside of them. So like people thought there were roads, some people thought there were paths, some people thought there were sidewalks. But then the first time that somebody flew over them with a in an airplane, they realized that there are huge signs to the sky. And look at that! Look at that perfect spiral. How do you even make that, man? That big so perfectly. It's interesting. And then look at this turkey. That's a turkey if I ever seen one, man. And then look, there's a kangaroo. They got all kinds of animals over here. They got the spider. No, that's an ant because it only has. Oh no, it has 8 legs. It looks odd though. It looks like a half spider, half ant. Resto with his little wig coming out the side. Me, when I seen a ghost, that's why I'm like, what? But anyways, y'all see what I'm saying. And I've never seen. I can't imagine this is. I can't imagine like what the hell this is. The plane of Nazca and the Nova program. In Ancient Skies 10-4, we discussed the 90-minute television special, A Case of the Ancient Astronauts, which was shown for Eric Von Daniken. That watch, they're going to talk about Eric Von Daniken. They always do when they bring up ancient astronauts. Was shown in the United States in 1978 on public broadcasting stations as one of the Nova series. The Nova program, we pointed out that clear and obvious purpose of the Nova program was to turn public opinion against Eric Von Daniken. I told you. Uh, Daniken and the ancient astronaut theory. A news release and the Okay, so this is just basically just saying like that they're trying to railroad Eric Von Daniken. And obviously nobody was trying to railroad him because he became super famous and got his own history TV show on history. The ARE Journal, 1969. The ARE Journal? What is this? A holistic theory of mental illness? What?